now, Lucinda. So today is Lunch and Earn Thursdays. I'm Lucinda Cross, known as the Chief Activator, known as the go-to girl to get stuff done, also known as America's #1 vision board queen lady. And it's amazing because it was the smallest thing that really helped to snowball the effect of what you see now and who I've become. And I can say that it's been an exciting journey. You can find out more information about me by going to lucindacross.com. So I just want to know how many people here are ready to start teaching online and offline courses. Yeah? How many here are ready to start teaching online and offline courses? Okay. How many are already teaching online and offline courses? So what happens here is this scope is specifically designed for those who have a lot of information, a lot of experience, but they are not packaging it in a way to create a revenue stream. So a lot of people, this particular Lunch and Earn Thursday is for, can you invite some followers and heart at the same time? Can we get some loving going on here? This Lunch and Earn is for those who have a lot of experience and a lot of information, a lot of knowledge about specific topics, the know-how, the how-tos, the what to do next, but they haven't packaged it in a way that they can create an extra added revenue stream. And this can be by way of your book. This can be if you're a public speaker, if you're a service provider, a product developer. Creating an online and offline course is crucial. And for me, the reason why I do them is because I like maximum revenue. My goal is to maximize my revenue now and in the future. Maximizing my revenue now and in the future. And it starts with me going back to the basics of my business. The one thing, the one stream that has been consistent for me is online classes, offline workshops. Those have been consistent income streams that has helped me to maximize my revenue. How many of us really want to maximize our revenue, maximize our knowledge, maximize what it is that we have to offer? And so when you are putting together your online or offline workshop, class, or seminar, three things. 3 revenue streams. The first revenue stream is from your registration. The second revenue stream is from your product sales. And your third revenue stream is from consulting or coaching afterwards. So after someone has signed up for your workshop, when you are creating an online or offline workshop, let's say creating a digital course, right? Let's creating a digital course. Let's keep it simple. When you're creating a digital course or even a live course, there's 3 income streams out of this one stream: registration, product sales, and then the coaching or consulting afterwards. And so, like I said, if you're looking for to maximize your revenue, this is something that has been consistently working for me in my business for almost 10 years. So are you ready? You have your notebooks? You have your notebooks. So the one thing, okay, someone's saying they're trying to invite people to the scope. And it said limited. Oh, wow. Did we break the scope here? Thanks, Gene. I think we broke the scope. So we might not be able to add on any more people. Last Lunch and Earn, we had almost like 400 people. So I know when it gets to those numbers, they start cutting things down. Robin, you could get the kids. Thanks. That's Robski. So let's go into the online course. What is it that you can teach, that you can break down into modules, whether it's 3 modules, 4 modules? What is it that you're teaching that you can break into modules and create an income from it and build an income from it? So for example, if you can creating a webinar, you can make money from webinars. You can have a 4-week webinar, a 6-week webinar, an 8-week webinar, a 12-week webinar, right? You can have a 2-day workshop. You can have a 2-hour course, right? So my 4-week webinars usually are a 1-day, 2-day workshop live. But the 4 to 6 weeks webinar, you can use something like anymeeting.com. You can use gotomeeting.com. There's free webinar services out there that you can begin to use. So I want you to, one, make a decision. Do you want to create something with a webinar where you're putting up slides and people are able to look at the slides and actually hear your voice and write notes based on your slides? That's very interactive. Do you want to create something where people are actually calling up on the phone? What I will tell you is that my highest conversion rate comes from webinars. People who want to see something on their computer screens or on their phones. The greatest thing now with these webinar services, they have allowed you to create your webinars where people can look at them from their smartphones and their iPhones. And that's really cool because a lot of people are using their phones. They're traveling with their phones. So I want everybody to, for right now, let's create a 4-week webinar. Now, if you create a 4-week webinar, guess what? 2 out of those 4 weeks can be on the phone. 2 out of those 4 weeks can be guest speakers, guest experts. You don't have to do all the work. In between, you can deliver content to them in their email throughout the week, which keeps them busy, keeps them learning, keeps them informed, lets them feel as if they're receiving content and a great investment. They are getting a return on their investment. So it's not just, okay, get on the call on Monday. Send them something on Wednesday. Send them something on Friday. Send them a nice inspirational message on Sunday. You send this through an autoresponder. You can use these autoresponders such as Aweber, MailChimp, Constant Contact. These are your low-cost ones, right? Your Awebers, your Constant Contact. Those are your low cost. Of course, there's the higher paid Infusionsoft who wants $200 and some odd a month. But if you're just starting out and you want to connect and build with your network, you can send an autoresponder. Better yet, I'm going to make it even free for you. How about this? You can even put a private group on Facebook. A private group on Facebook. You can use a system as Udemy.com. Udemy, Udemy.com. There's also one called, hold on. It's called Schoology. 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 And this is also a learning platform that you can put your classes up, start to enroll people, have them pay. I use AnyMeeting. With AnyMeeting, people can actually pay my PayPal, and then AnyMeeting will give them access to behind the scenes. So it's a lot of ways that you can operate this. I'm going to take a few steps back. So if you're creating a 4-week webinar on something so simple, pull out the thing that you know how to do, that you have the greatest information on, and that's the thing that you teach, step by step. Pull out your book. What is the first chapter in your book? Matter of fact, what's the 3rd chapter in your book about? Maybe you can create a workshop or an online course about that specific topic. If you know how to declutter closets, you can do a Skype session on that, a group Skype session, and PayPal is connected to that as well. You can do, pay for this, and then I'll show you how to declutter your closet step by step. I'll give you live support to answer your questions. You can actually send me and show me your closets, and I can tell you how and where to put things. Someone right now could have been getting paid if they had a Christmas wrapping party. You know how many people don't have time to wrap Christmas presents? So somebody's missing, some crafty person is missing out on some dollars because they could have had an easy live Christmas party wrapping session, or saying, hey, I'll come in, me and my team will come in and we'll do your Christmas wrapping. And then you can also show this online as a course. It's so many things. I don't care what it is that you know how to do. If you know how to do it well, you should get paid for it. If you know how to do it well, you should be able to put 4 different modules for it. So module 1 or phase 1 or step 1, first week, however you call it. You can theme it out, but you thinking of a 4-week course. So we work well on Lunch and Earn Thursdays with questions and real business ideas and concepts. So who's thinking of putting together a online course, a digital course, or a live workshop? I don't want you to miss money in 2016 because you're not teaching. Teaching is the way to go. I'm telling you. I don't care what you teach. Bows, ribbon, how to apply lipstick. Have you ever heard of Beat Face Honey? She is a phenomenal makeup artist. But guess where her money came from? Teaching online on YouTube. Taking that online YouTube to a live event. So now people got to know, like, and trust her from her YouTubes and her camera, that she was doing something so simple, and now they are just selling out just to see her live, to have the live demonstration. So I think you can do the same. So if she can do that with lashes and eyebrows and lipstick and beauty and glam, I think you can do the same with your intellectual capital. So who wants to teach a class? Someone give me an idea. Let's create it right now. We're going to do 2 of them. We're going to do 2 case studies right now. And then after that, y'all don't have to email me. Who wants to teach something? Finding your purpose. Oh my gosh. I don't know. That is such a broad topic. Finding your purpose in what? When you teach a class, you have to have specifics. It has to be, it should tell people what they're going to expect just by signing up. So you mean to tell me in 4 weeks I'm going to find my purpose? Purpose is not lost for people to find. They just need to just kind of hone in on certain crafts. So come back to me. Operating your business on a shoestring budget with Google products. So let's twist that around. How to use Google products to build your business, right? So you can do a online course that says how to use Google products to build your business, or how to use Google systems. Let's go deeper into that, because we want to show them one thing. You could say how to use Google Drive, right? You could say, let me show you a four week webinar on how to use Google Drive to add more balance to your business, or how to get more stuff done in a week, or, so pick something small that you can really dive into so that people can begin to master this thing. These are your mastery classes. I have a 6-week course helping women to discover their gifts and talents. No, that is, we want something that's going to pull in money. Discover your gifts and talents. Focus on one little thing. So, for example, when I mean specifics, I want you to dive in. That's too broad. I can't teach a 4-week class on how to be empowered. That's not going to work. I can't teach a 4-week class on how to find your purpose. That's not going to work. Nobody's doing that. We got to go into specifics. People want specifics. You want to help them bit by bit. You don't go to college and just, say, well, I'm going to college for my PhD. No, there's steps to it. You have your first 4 years where you learn liberal arts, you learn math, you learn English. They don't just throw you in a class and say, hey, this is the PhD class. It doesn't work like that. You have to take little steps. So as a teacher, it's little steps. You don't just take a kindergarten student and say, hey, you're going to learn everything about No, they have to learn their alphabets. They have to learn words. They have to learn compound words. They have to cite and see these words. So it's in little pieces. I want you to create a course as if you're talking to a 5-year-old. Exactly. A 4-week course, you could do a 4-week mastery course or a 6-week course on, right, there you go, Google, Gmail, how to operate these things. You could do a 4-week course just on Gmail alone. 1 week will just tell you all about the inbox and the labels and how to assign different things. Another one can talk about how to check if somebody's checking your email. It's so much. We take for granted that people know what we know. They don't know, and they're looking for somebody to teach them. So you could even have a 4-week course or a 4-week course on Google, like you just said, Gmail, Google Docs. That stuff right there is good information. People want to know how to use that. They want to know how to use it. Why? What is the problem that you're solving? They're not using these tools effectively. They're They're not learning how to manage their time and how to really apply, how can Google Docs really help them and their team in becoming a better and operating better as a business owner? How can you show them how to work on their business and not in their business? So you can show them, here's a 4-week training on how to use Google so that you can work on your business and not in your business. Here's a 4-week training to show you how to operate a 4-week, 4-hour work week? Play on words. Let me show you how to have a 4-hour work week using Google Docs. Let's play off of Tim Ferriss's book. He did it. He became a best-selling author. He's out there selling millions and millions of books and charging 6 figures to show up. Let's do a play on Tim Ferriss. Right? And so that's how to have a 4-hour work week using, the Google Docs, Google email. This is a 4-week class. That's something that people would pay for, don't you think? Self-discovery, too broad. That is as a result of going to your class, that's what they'll get. As a result of going to your class, they'll have self-discovery. As a result of going to your class, they'll be empowered. As a result of going to your class, they'll be able to work and find their purpose. But what is the one class that you can teach them specifically? For example, I'm going to tell you, people are cleaning up by having these simple classes, how to take a selfie. You think it's a joke? There's people right now who's teaching how to take a selfie that looks like a professional photo. And people are signing up by the droves. So I think that we complicate the process trying to be so out of the box that we're so general. Sometimes you just go way so out of the box that you're so general and you're hitting absolutely no one. You want to pull people in. So I had a class. One of my classes was Marketing Made Easy for Speakers. Then I had Marketing Made Easy for authors. Then I had Marketing Made Easy for coaches. Could that all have been the same class? Yeah, but it's different because it's a different target audience. Did they each pay? Yes. Did they each attend my live events after that? Sure did. Did they each hire me? Some of them did for coaching and consulting afterwards. Yeah. So you have to think, is the course that I'm creating going to lead to registration? Is it going to lead to product sales? And is it going to lead to an opportunity for me to come in as an advisor, coach, or consultant? If not, we're just wasting time. You also have to do the stats. How many people are actually looking under the term? How many classes are out there on how to find your purpose? How about something as simple as how to set and accomplish your goal, your one major goal, or something so small, Trey, you said something here. I don't want to miss it. You said something. People who are in the career industry, they can have career workshops, career webinars. People who are on my site. I'm going to send you to my site in a little while. Okay, you said getting over grief. I have people are doing workshops and courses on event planning on a budget. They're doing makeup application on the go. They're doing photos, phones, and selfie workshops. They're doing kids parties on a dime workshops. I have a how to organize your coupons. Exactly, how to organize your coupons, or even some people just don't even know the art of couponing. Right? Exactly. So Trey said how to get over grief. Is that what it was? How to get over grief? Trey, help me out. I just wrote an ebook on goal setting, working on an online course for that now. Exactly. So there's steps for goal setting, but pull that one thing out. So with goal setting, people don't know how to do time management. How to manage your time better as how to manage your time better as a single mom. How to manage your time better as a stay-at-home mom. How to manage your time better as a work-at-home entrepreneur. You know how hard it is to manage your time when you work at home? That's crazy. Okay, so with Trey, she said how to get over grief. And she can even go deeper into that in terms of what kind of grief. I know Trey talks a lot about divorce and relationships and things like that. So she can definitely have courses on, let's go into, I always go into Iyanla Vanzant. She makes it so easy for us. Iyanla Vanzant, in the meantime, Finding the Love. Let me see let's pull it up. Her book, In the Meantime. You pull out her book, shoot, you could have about 10 different courses. In the Meantime. I don't know why this thing is not typing. Give it a second. Okay. In the Meantime by Iyanla Vanzant, right? So I'm pulling up In the Meantime by Iyanla Vanzant. And we're going to In the Meantime by Iyanla Vanzant, Finding Yourself and the Love You Want. So if we look inside the book, let me see what some of her chapters are. Her first one of her chapters is spring cleaning. Another chapter is about doing the laundry. Another chapter is cleaning. So she goes through different phases, right, in terms of a relationship. But I think that when you look within her chapters, you're able to pull out different things that you can begin to do a workshop on that women would want to know about, because her title, In the Meantime, hold on, Finding Yourself and the Love You Want, is a great spinoff for getting over grief, for loving yourself again, for learning how to forgive. She kind of taps into a lot of topics in that one book. So for Trey, just going through that book and looking at, wait a minute, what is Iyanla talking about here? That's a workshop within itself. So sometimes you can take a book that you admire and begin to break that down, especially if it coincides with what you already do. So there's another book, Living Through the Meantime, Learning to Break the Patterns of the Past and Begin the Healing Process. That's a wonderful 4-week workshop. Join my 4-week webinar on breaking the patterns of the past and beginning the healing process. This webinar or this workshop or this course is for anyone who has dealt with infidelity, anyone who is currently going through a divorce. So now in her bullet points, now she can have her call, her bat signal on who she wants to attend this workshop, this online webinar. She doesn't even have to leave her home. And then guess what? People and doing this same workshop or webinar over and over again, when Trey says, guess what? I'm having a live meetup. This is, a girl's getaway, a girl's brunch. And this is our brunch on breaking the patterns or celebrating the fact that we broke the patterns of the past and we've begun the healing process. Now she flips the script, and now everybody who's attended her webinar or her workshop is signing up. They're ready to see Trey live. They're ready to meet the people that were a part of their class live. They're ready to be there live. And I mean, come on, this is in her book. This is in her book. So these are things that we can begin to think about is, what is it that you can teach that's so simple that people need to know? This workshop is for anyone who doesn't know their purpose. Anyone who doesn't know their purpose is not signing up because they don't want to admit that they don't know their purpose. This is not for you, Trey. This is for, I forgot her name. But we got to be careful, because if they don't know their purpose, you have to take them step by step. We're too broad. How to find your purpose. Someone who doesn't understand their purpose doesn't even understand their value in life. And if they don't understand their value in life, they're definitely not going to understand investing in themselves on the next level that you're trying to bring them. So you have to bring them in bite-sized pieces with baby food, baby spoon feeding them till they get to that point where they understand that now they've discovered. You don't tell them that they find their purpose. They're supposed to tell you that. You're supposed to say, as a result, my thing is, as a result of working with Lucinda, man, I really tapped into my potential that I didn't even know that I had inside. I don't say, hey, I show you how to tap into your potential. Who am I? No, I want you tell me the results. Now, I have set intentions to help people grow, use their message, share their message with the masses, don't become the best kept secret any longer. But I want them to tell me. So you don't tell them I'm going to help you find their purpose, because that's not your job. Your job is to help them live life better. Your job may be to help them understand that they should forgive in order to be happy. Your job may be to help them understand that they're worth more. Right? Your job may be to help them get a better job, find a better relationship, be a better mother. It's not our job to help people find their purpose. Not at all. Their purpose is an ongoing life thing. You find your purpose. I truly believe we operate in our purpose. But the minute you say, whoo, I found my purpose, that's kind of scary. That means that you are saying, well done and faithful servant. Now, God, here. No, I think that when you're dealing with individuals, when you're dealing with women and you're using words like empowerment and purpose, you have to be very clear on who you're talking to, because that's what you want them to say to you. Wow, I was so empowered. Before attending her workshop, I was confused. I had so many ideas going on in my head. She helped me get clarity. You write that keyword down. You hear that? There's words that people say or have said to you as a result of working with you and talking with you that are keywords that you put inside of your program. She has helped me gain clarity. You write that down if you've heard it more than once. As a result of working with her or talking to her or attending her event or watching her videos, she really helped. I learned how to look at life with a different eye, looking at life with fresh eyes. Write that down. If you've heard that more than once. Why? Because these are key words in your content that people are going to connect with, and they'll pay you for it willingly. Willingly will pay for it. Does that make sense? So if it's with their purpose, what kind of purpose? There's so many different purposes. So you're going to help somebody understand that they're meant to be an architect. Are you going to show them that, their purpose in terms of being a woman, their purpose in terms of understanding who God is? Like, we have to be specific. Anybody who's specific is making money. Anybody who's general is just making general dollars. There's a big difference between specifics. There's a comma. There's commas that separate that. So those who do a lot of talking, their commas are limited, maybe one comma there. Those who are doing more action and are very specific, those people have more commas. This is for those who want more commas. And if you want more commas, be specific. And to be specific means to go to the basics. The basics. The basic. Before you even get to purpose, they don't understand what purpose is. They don't understand their purpose. They don't understand the value of their life. They may not even understand the value of investing in themselves. So therefore, you're working with broken people. And now that's a whole different process. It's a whole different process. So who's willing to sit at the computer, take notes every week, and implement it into their life? Who is ready for that? That's who you talk to. That's who you talk to. So talk back to me. Is this helping someone? So there's 4 elements. Talk back to me. I'm going to keep talking. There's 4 elements to really creating this digital course. The first one is promotion. Understanding who you are promoting to. So, for example, I will use Beat Face Honey. Many of you said that you know who she is. She went and started doing YouTube videos that were very simple, going from how to do your eyebrows to how to do a smoky eye to how to apply lashes to your face to everything, right? So as her audience grew and the questions came through, but she stayed in her specific lane and she owned the space. So she went from YouTube home videos to now live events to tours where she's teaching this thing. Now she's seen as the expert. Teachers are seen as the expert. Now in the world here, right? The non-entrepreneurial world, teachers don't get paid a lot. In the creative, innovative world, teachers get paid the most. Speakers want to become teachers. Coaches ultimately want to become teachers. When you become a teacher of this thing, that's when you're on a different pay, you're on a different scale, you're on a different pedestal. You're seen differently. You're seen as the expert in this. While I'm the expert in tying my shoes with the specific bow tie, yeah, I'm an expert in that. I don't care how silly it may sound to people. People love experts who are consistent with their message. So the promotion, who are you promoting to, and what is it that they need, that you would like to teach them, that you know how to do? That's just so simple and easy for you, that people are saying, man, how do you do this so well? Yeah. The second thing is you have to give great content. Give a great webinar. Give a great seminar. Give a great course. You want it to be great. You want it to be awesome. Not general. You want it to be awesome, great, over the top, over delivering. The third thing is you want them to be able to come back for another seminar or webinar or course that you have. It's great when people start to come back because now they're ready for part 2. So I did Whip and Slay part 1. How did I do Whip and Slay? Whip and Slay, that's a general term. But I said this is slay season, and I'm into marketing. I started to share how I was able to sell my books, how I sold 3,000 books, and I shared that. And then I asked my audience, what do you want to learn from me? They told me, I put it together. It was Whip and Slay, Marketing 2.0. And in the bullet points, I identified what they'll learn, what they can expect, and it worked out well. So what was the next thing to do? Create Whip and Slay part 2. I told them, hey, did you enjoy Whip and Slay 1? We're going into season 2. Do you want to be a part of season 2? Sure. There was people who wasn't even a part of season 1 who wanted to get in 2. And they're in because it's great and the content is still there. And it's a Facebook group, but the content is ridiculous. The calls are off the chain. The results are amazing. And so you always want them to feel so like you are so content rich. You've delivered such rich and quality information that they're coming back for more. What else do you have? What else do you have, Lucinda? And the fourth element is turning those people who come back for more, who want to learn again and again and again, the wash, rinse, and repeat, the back-to-backs, is for them to ultimately hire you as a coach or a consultant. So you make sure that you deliver such great information, even though it's basic, and you're taking them step by step. Some people just don't even know how to create an about page. And I've showed them that. How do you create an about page? How do you create a welcome page on your website? How do you put together your bio, a long bio for people who want it? How do you put together a short bio for social media? How do you put together a crazy bio that shows your fun side for your website? What bio goes on your speaker kit, right? And so just those simple things. What word count should it be? What words should I use to describe myself? Just those simple things. How do I put together a contract? How do I send my contract out? If you're good at something, you can teach this thing. Because I've been speaking, I have speaker contracts, I know the speaking industry, I know what to expect, I know how to negotiate, and I put that in my program called Speaker's Delight. They received every template that I use. They received the information that I use to build my speaking business, but also the business side of the speaking business, and also videos that I watch in order to figure out what is my style? Where do I fit in this speaking industry? Simple thing. Isn't that simple? But when it's put together so well and it's packaged in such a wonderful way in a nice shiny red box, people love it and they enjoy it because you're answering the simple question that they don't want to raise their hand to ask anybody else. So Speaker's Delight. Yeah, Speaker's Delight was amazing. We're going to actually run it again in January. That's how good it is. But guess what? Speaker's Delight becomes a product now for those who want to do it on their own. The do-it-yourself, they can now listen to the audios. They can now download the templates. Now it's placed inside of a nice booklet for them. And these are the simple things that they want to know as a speaker. Before you touch that mic, what should you know? After you touch that mic, what should you know? How can you recognize body language? What should your body language be? How do you know when you're really tapping into the audience? How do you know if your joke is even funny? I showed how do you tell a joke? How do you use quotes? How do you open your presentation? How do you close it? What do you say in the middle? That sounds basic, right? But guess what? A lot of people are not teaching that. I am. So what are you teaching? You'll be surprised. Some people don't even know how to set a table. Can you teach how to set a table? That's called etiquette class. Yeah, some people would love for you to teach their kids how to set a table, how to eat, what fork to use. I have no clue. I use whatever fork I want to use, but there's classes for it, right? They got a soup spoon, a spoon. I use whatever spoon I feel like using. Ice cream spoon for the soup. It doesn't matter. But people really want to learn these things. One of my past clients, LaQuisha Williams, she teaches etiquette classes for high-end people out there in Miami and in Florida. They pay her to come in to show how to set a table. How do you decorate your table? People want to know that. They do. And if LaQuisha starts putting it on video, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. People would love to see that. So sometimes we think that our idea or what we know is really not that important and who would pay for it. I double dare you to put it together and watch you make some money. I double dare you to put together a 4-week webinar, a 6-week course, a 2-day workshop, a 1-day workshop for 4 hours or a half a day. I double dare you. There's so many things that you can begin to do to start pulling in some money. And how do you really promote these classes? When you are specific enough, you'll see that there's an audience for what you have to offer. There's an audience for what you have to offer. And you promote these classes everywhere and anywhere. You put together your images, you share it, you ask your audience, survey them today. What would you like to know more of? And give them 3 things that you know how to do. I do it all the time. What would you like help on? If I was to put together a class on such and such, which 3 topics do you think I should cover first? If I was to put together a class on forgiveness, which 3 would you like for me to discuss? Forgiveness with, come on, Trey, infidelity, forgiveness with being used in abuse, forgiveness with myself, forgiving myself for making the decisions that I've made in the past, so, and you'll see forgiveness with parents, with loved ones, and they'll tell you. And that's a separate session where you're taking them from A to B to C to D. You're not saying that you're saving their life. You're not saying that you're going to show them their purpose. You're not saying that they're going to be empowered beyond belief. You're just saying, I'm going to help you with this one thing. I'm going to help you put on some eyebrows so you're not looking like a scarecrow. I'm going to show you how to put on lipstick so you're not looking like the Joker. I'm going to show you how to share your message so that you're not boring. How's the lighting? Is the lighting still good? It got a little dim in my house. Is the lighting good?
Lighting's good.
Okay. All right. So here's what I want everyone to do. I want you to go to lucindacross.com/the antidote. lucindacross.com/the antidote. Somebody type it in. Now, the antidote is a 3-day live online training. And this antidote is you'll learn how to teach an online or offline class and how to add commas to your bank account. And so we have our first option 1 starts December 28th and it ends December 30th. Our next one starts January 4th and ends January 6th. This is a 3-day. So one starts in 11 days. The next one starts in 18 days. And if you go to the site, you'll see there's the reasons why you should sign up. Because you can teach someone how to invest their money in stocks, how to invest their money in their business, how to invest their money in their children. You can show someone how to declutter. Get specific, how to declutter your email box, how to declutter your friend list, how to declutter, how to use Facebook, how to use Facebook business. There's a whole side of Facebook business that my brother's showing me, business manager. And I'm like, gosh, you need to teach this thing. People don't even know about this. How to balance your days. You're not saying how to balance your life. If you show someone how to balance their day to day, they'll reward you for it. Come on, the 4-hour work week. I've never experienced that, but that book sold millions. So there's something in there. How to make better decisions with men. You could teach how to do things bigger, better. I said that's a word that I just added. Batter, I don't think is in the dictionary. Is it, Robin? No. Batter? There's no such thing as batter, but I just added that. But here's the thing. I want you to, if you have your handy dandy notebooks out, here's an example. Let's do the math. If you host one class at least twice a quarter, if you host a class at least twice a quarter, that's 8 times in 1 year. And let's say on the low end, you charged $100 per person. And on the average, you get 12 people. That we're not, I want to get hundreds of people in here. Let's just get some quality folks in there first, okay? Don't drive yourself crazy. And you're not creating these classes. Like I told my Whip and Slay class, my slayers, I said, you don't write books for Facebook. So you're not creating these classes hoping that all your Facebook buddies sign up. No, we want people who are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, in your local community, on your friends list, people who will really benefit from this thing. So 8 times a year, let's say twice a quarter. Say you do one in January, you do one in March, whenever. Let's say you charge $100 per person for the least 12 people on an average. And they sign up every time you've offered it. Guess what? That's an extra $9,000, close to $10,000 that you added to your income. And that's low end numbers. That's low end. And that's just with this online workshop, online seminar, or even live seminars, just from this one revenue stream. Now, we didn't even get into turning things into a product. We didn't even get into them hiring you as a coach, consultant, or advisor, or mentor. We didn't even get into them signing up into your mastermind program. Do you remember last Lunch and Earn Thursday? We didn't even get into that, those unconventional coaching methods, the group coaching that they can be a part of. We didn't even get into that. So I know who could use an extra $10,000.
Me.
Yeah, Robin. Who could use an extra $10,000? I guess Robin's the only one. I know I could. And do you see it possible with all I'm saying is do 2 classes a quarter. Is that possible? Do you think you could do 2 classes a quarter? Yes? I don't care if Robin teaches how to come up with red hot book titles. That's a class. Because people don't know how to put together their book titles. And as a bonus, she could say, we'll work on your chapter titles. Who's not signing up for that $400? Your book is going to make that 20 times over if you sell it right. So we got to think, and that's a simple thing. That's a simple thing. You would, right, Trey? You got $100 from Trey right now. Exactly. So here's the thing. Go to lucindacross.com/the antidote. And it would be a disservice if I just did these Lunch and Earn Thursdays. I did one last Thursday. It was really great. The one before that, I did about 4 so far. And so now it's time to bring you into something where you can get some further learning. Ask anybody who joined the Whip and Slay class what that webinar had to offer. But lucindacross.com/the antidote. The antidote. And I think it's ANTIDOTE. lucindacross.com/the ANTIDOTE. You'll see information. I'm going to share it also on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, so you can sign up. And for those who want to participate in the December 28th class, I urge you to sign up now. Give yourself this gift. It'll pay you 10 times over. I think the class is only $100 and something dollars. What is it? What is this class? It's $150 to be a part of this class. You can't beat that. So you're getting and these 3 days are heavy. These 3 days are heavy. The content that we're going to, 90 minutes each class is going to be really, really good. Really good. 6 p.m. LA time, 8 p.m. Chicago time, 9 p.m. New York time. Okay, and it's consecutive, Monday through Wednesday, so you'll miss your favorite shows, but I'm going to show you how to add some commas to your bank account. So I hope this has supported you. I believe my time is up. Do we have any questions? LucindaCross.com/the antidote. Any questions? Trey, are you coming out with your class?
I don't know if you saw my post about Trey, Lucinda, but she got a lot of good stuff in her book that she could take classes for.
Robin said you got a lot of stuff in your book that you could turn into classes. All right now. This has been helpful.